Now, President William Ruto maintained that there were no abductions carried out by security agencies during the recent anti-government protests in the country, saying he has not received reports on the same. His sentiments come at a time when some families are still looking for their kin months after they disappeared mysteriously following the deadly demonstrations. And as NTV's Rose Wangui reports, the Law Society of Kenya has raised concerns about the spate of abductions and called on the government for the release of two brothers and activist Bob Njagi, who were abducted in broad daylight within Kitengela town.
There are several cases of abductions that were reportedly carried out in broad daylight by armed people in civilian attire. During the Gen Z-led anti-tax protest, dozens of people took to the streets. Tens were killed. Some, however, never returned home because they were abducted by people believed to be police or state agents. Speaking during a town hall session in Kisumu, President William Ruto said he was not aware of any abductions, challenging any family whose kin went missing under unclear circumstances to forward their names to the government for action.
If there is a family, any family, that their child or their friend or their relative went to a demonstration, whether it is last year or this year, and never came back, I want to know the names, because I will take firm and decisive action. Because as I talk to you today, I don't have a single name of somebody who has been abducted or disappeared.
The head of state said he stands by the commitment he made to deal with cases of abductions and extrajudicial killings.
I do not want a situation where a Kenyan disappears. There were days when people were found 20, 30 in Rivayala here, executed. I want to promise you and to promise the people of Kenya that under my administration, there will be no Kenyans in Rivayala or any other river or in any other place.
Ruto's sentiments come at a time when the Law Society of Kenya has raised concerns about the spate of abductions. In a statement, LSK is calling for the release of two brothers and an activist who were abducted within Kitengela town. Jamil Longton, his brother Aslam Longton, and activist Bob Njagi vanished on August 19th. They were abducted by people who the family claims are police officers. LSK claims the three have been missing for 11 days now under unclear circumstances, which demonstrates a total disregard for the rule of law. According to data from rights groups, 66 people were abducted or went missing during the protest. Those who were abducted were tortured by their kidnappers. Some were released while others are still missing. Meanwhile, human rights activist groups said they will send a delegation to State House on September 4th to present a list of those killed and disappeared to the president in efforts to stop extrajudicial killings and enforce disappearances in the country. The Kenya Human Rights Commission has also condemned President William Ruto's recent remarks denying any knowledge of police abductions during anti-government protest, calling his comments a blatant lie. Every year on August 30th, the world observes the International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances. The day highlights the grave injustices meted on countless individuals and their families around the world and calls for action to prevent such atrocities in the future. Rose Wangui, NTV.